So I think one of the most important lessons, like first lessons I learned when I started working in the entertainment business, was never volunteer information. And that was a really important one because when you work in the entertainment business, the stakes are high, so you have to be really careful about what you say and what you do. And one example of this is when we would have the interns or an assistant answering the phones. It was important, like when someone called and they said, hey, is Steve there? That they didn't say, yes, hold on for a second, because that was actually giving information. You were saying that, yes, I am actually physically in the office, and, maybe I was or maybe I wasn't. It's just kind of like an instinct or habit to say, oh, yeah, hang on, but the caller on the other end would take it like, oh, he's there. So when the assistant would come back and then say, oh, let me take a message, the person would be like, wait, you said he was there. What do you mean? Or they might say, oh, he's out to lunch, which maybe he really was. And they would all of a sudden, start to get a little suspicious. Like, is he avoiding me? Like, what's going on? So that was just one example of why you should not volunteer information. Another example of this is you will see sometimes in publicity, they will not tell you the concept of the movie or the series that's being publicized. And that's because when you publicize things and you put them out there into the public domain, people can steal your ideas. And if you have a really good high concept idea, obviously you don't want somebody to take that. So you have to be very careful about what you say in publicity. And actually, I know of one instance of a producer who did publicity on a project that he had the rights to, or said he had the rights to, and he hadn't locked down the rights at that point fully. And another producer came in and stole the rights right away from him. So you have to be very careful about what you put out there. So it's never good to volunteer information. There's almost no real upside for giving out information. Okay. And you want to be careful about that because, like I said, the stakes are very high and you never know. You don't want to cause any rift with anybody or, um, you know, create any problems. Okay, if you need some more help or consultation about how to navigate the entertainment industry, visit longitudeentertainment.com, book a half-hour consult. I do those, and if you need any other help, you can always reach out with questions, and you can message me here with those. Okay, Cannes 2026, it's a beautiful day. I'm going to go hit the Croisette, and we'll talk to you soon.